We need to find intelligent ways ourselves to set standards and to set measures that go, look, we can show you we have moved from A to B to D and so on, so that the direction of travel is really clear. I think that's important.
Yeah, so it comes down then, if my interpretation is correct, to these two things. Data will be critical to demonstrate progress, and collaboration will be critical to make that progress. So those, for me, seem to be the two fundamentals. Do you think that's true, Emma?
Yes, I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, no, I think that's true. That's very on brand and on message for SAOS. But no, I think it's innately what we do, and I think it's what the whole industry needs to do to make our way towards net zero.
And at the risk of sounding on brand again, SAOS is the organisation to provide that leadership and to, for want of a better phrase, rally the troops and take that forward collectively.
OK, well, I'm going to do a shameless plug here, if you'll forgive me for that.
Right.
Given the last 5 years of my working life have been dominated by that exact question and that challenge, we've been working to develop a project called Carbon Positive, which is all about exactly what you've just referred to, telling that positive story about what farmers are doing. So we're launching in spring 21, and essentially what the platform will do is it will provide a profile for every single farm in Scotland, so it can tell the story at farm level, but also at, Scotland, the farm level, so a national level as well, so that we can help get farmers to really understand the positive role that they play, to celebrate the positive contribution they make, to use that to drive change on farm, and to provide education for the farming industry, but also the public, around what farming's contribution really is in relation to climate change. So yes, shameless plug over, but we need to have some collaborative efforts in that space to tell our story better than we have.
Absolutely. I think this has been fascinating, and it's got me quite excited for the forthcoming episodes, because as I touched on, this is episode 1, setting the scene, and then we'll really get the nitty gritty coming up. I think I'm going to more or less wrap it up here, but I would like to come to everybody. I would love to hear from each of you individually, as concisely as you can in a sentence. What's next? Where are we going? The fairest way to do it is probably alphabetical order, isn't it?
Well, as long as you go with first names.
I was actually going to, because I'm used to being picked on when that happens myself. So, Angela, I'm going to pick on you purely because of alphabetical order, if you don't mind.
Right. Well, I think definitely technology. I think technology and AI is what's definitely ahead of us. Better data monitoring, data capturing systems, and just continuing to drive home the messages to both the supermarkets and the customers who buy from us, and extending messages onto the consumers themselves as well, to just really drive home the point about what it is we are doing within our sector, and to encourage people to eat as many British fruit and veg as they possibly can. So
thumbs up to that. And Emma, if you don't mind going next.
Yeah, no problem at all. So one sentence, I think I would go for more working together right across the industry organisations, government, the commercial world. This issue is way too big for anyone to be tackling it alone, and Scotland is way too small to be doing it in a siloed way. So
great. And Jonny, you'll be next, I think, in alphabetical order.
And I think it's about communication, and I think we've got a really good story, and I think we just need to find a better way of telling it.
Very concise. I like that. Thank you. And finally, Tim.
I think the key comes down to bringing data, environmental data, business data to life for individual businesses, so that they see it, how it's relevant to them, how it's relevant to benefit them, their business, and then doing that by working together will achieve the collective progress we all need.
Many thanks to Tim Bailey and Emma Patterson Taylor of SAOS, and to Jonny Williams of Farmstock and Angela Porchez of Angus Growers. There's plenty more to come on climate change, and lots more from SAOS in forthcoming episodes. If you can't wait though, go back through the on-farm archive and look for our chat with the leads at Farming for 1.5 Degrees and for our visit last winter to the farm of NFU Scotland Vice President Martin Kennedy. And there's plenty more besides. It's clear, thankfully, that climate change is something that more and more of us are waking up to. Thank you again for listening. These figures and these statistics and this chart would not have happened without you. And we'll see you next time when we'll be helping the Morden Animal Health Research Institute celebrate a very special birthday.